Last Sunday, the gospel reading at Mass was from Luke 23, and in the specific Mass I attended, the priest's homily focused on verse 42, in which one of the robbers crucified with Christ says, "Remember me, Lord, when you enter in your kingdom." And the priest said that petition should be on all our lips. And as I found that moving, I wanted to share how that statement reads in the Geuze version of Luke 23:42. Tazakkarani እግዚኦ ትመጽእ በመንግሥትከ. The first word, tazakkarani, is a verb from the ZKR root, which means to remember. The same root is found in Hebrew. For example, when Exodus 28 says, "Remember the Sabbath day," the Hebrew text reads, "Zakor et yom hashabbat." Here the verb is rendered in the second person singular imperfect tense, literally, "you will remember." But I think it's intended as a subtle and polite request, even if it's not formally in the imperative. And then at the end of the verb is the suffix ni, which is a first-person singular object suffix, making the speaker the object of the verb. Tazakkareni, remember me. The next word is እግዚኦ, which means "O Lord." Ixia would mean Lord, but here the last characters vocalize O, እግዚኦ, because in Geuze, the vocative can be conveyed by putting O before or after the one being called on. In this case, it's put after and sublimated into the last character. So እግዚኦ means "O Lord." Tazakkareni እግዚኦ, remember me, O Lord. The next word, which is the first word on the second line, is ema, which means when. After that, we have tematse, which is a verb meaning to come and is rendered in the second person singular imperfect tense, so you will come. But together with the preceding word, ametematse, it means when you come. And while this isn't a position I've seen taken by serious linguists or semiticists, I nonetheless think the root of this verb, ma'tsa'a, is distantly related to the yod tzadeh aleph root in Hebrew. I think we can see an example of this, for example, in the 135th Psalm when it says, motze ruach. He brings the wind. He causes the wind to come. Now, admittedly, that's a misleading example, as in the Ge'ez term, the M is part of the root, while in this Hebrew example, the mem is there as a prefix, conveying that this is in the participle. It's not part of the root. But nonetheless, I think that this example can still be helpful, however imperfect, as it allows us to imagine a distant relationship between these two verbs. Whatever the case, we now turn to the last word, bemengistke, which means in your kingdom. The first character, be, is a prefix preposition, while the last character, ka, is a second-person singular possessive suffix. The middle part, mengist, means kingdom. So, bemengistke, in your kingdom. Or with the two preceding words, ametematse bemengistke, when you come into your kingdom. So altogether, tazakkareni እግዚኦ ametematse bemengistke, remember me, O Lord, when you come into your kingdom. Indeed, as was said in the homily I heard last Sunday, this request should be on all our lips. Kyrie eleison.